you have people come in and, I'm a 5%, so I got tough skin. I've had people come in, thinking this was church. Run by that, I mean, like, oh no, what do you mean? Oh, well, you're in my house, so gotta give you how we perceiving the signs. Understanding it. No, we're not, okay, what makes rain, hail, you tell me about God did this, I'm telling you what makes actually rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. Because you need to know that. You know what I mean? Okay, you want to believe you? I'm not here to dissuade you. You know what I mean? The Lord, then you giving them basic, vice versa. So like the God said, you would know though because you know how to navigate. Because again, there's a lot of dynamics. The way you come in my house, the way you cross my threshold is a whole different. And here in New York, I'm seeing the client. Because of cultural, even in New York, I come into my, so I'm just walking into your house. You've invited me in. Wait, stop. Take your shoes off. I said, okay, bet. One person told me, man, they wanted me to do some more other. I'm like, so then until the child told me, well, this is part of our culture. You come, you have to do X. So I said, okay, bet, no problem. You know what I mean? And I'm, so I respect you as long as it's nothing that is demeaning or infringed, and then we, okay, okay, no problem. We're going to conclude this part of the discussion. But, in fact, I'm not a Jewish community. I'll meet you outside. You're definitely not coming to my house. For whatever their reasons are. I'm not going to say, oh, because they hate me because I'm black and all that. You know what I mean? That's just, because their community is tight-knit. Right. So, and again, when we had a conversation, right, gentleman saying, we are the world and, kumbaya, I don't see color. Okay. So why isn't your woman black? Right. Not to, I would offer that because the black woman is made for the black man. And see, by black, we understand, because we understand the universal flag, black, brown, and yellow. Right. Your woman's black. Okay. That's a black seed. Right, but you gotta understand what I'm meaning by that. You know what I mean? And, what am I implying? So, then how am I wording? Wisdom means to be wise. I really need to be wise in how I word something to some people. So as you navigate, I'm just learning how to, how would I approach? I mean, I would, if I'm in a conversation, depending on who I'm talking to, definitely reading the person. Because that's important. I had to learn that later. Because a lot of times you think because you just run in your mouth, that somebody really wants to hear that. Right, but then, if they are open, where do I go? Excuse me, can you help me out? A lot of times too, when you ask questions, quite often people see that this is a person who doesn't have absolutely no knowledge of my culture. And he's asking, wait, let me teach him. Right, okay, bet. So I'm just sitting there. And they're a good teacher, or someone who's looking at who I'm giving this information to, then they're going to ask you a question. Oh, so, where are you from? I know I've seen you here quite often. What's your way? What's so-and-so? Okay, bet. Wow, thank you for that. Which is why I begged you the question, the X, Y, Z, because, we kind of the opposite. You know what I mean? Boom. Like you said, to those questions, like, how does that benefit you? How was the son, that whole dynamic, so, but then, well, no, I wouldn't. Depending on who I'm talking to, especially with that sun and rain thing, that was interesting. That was interesting dynamic. And yeah, like yin and yang, just from a different perspective. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't lose my wig. Now, if I was young, I would. How do you mean? Oh, emphatically no. You know what I mean? The son can't be the woman. You know what I mean? Okay, you understand that to be that. You know what I mean? But then when you hear it, they're more come from philosophical, I'm sure, and they're going to show you, the radiance and its association to the woman. Until when you understand what the sun is. You know what I mean? And you're explaining masculinity. I'm not saying that the woman, can't bring no force neither, because she can. Again, the God, and to work interdependently, because we're working together. I'm just saying that I'm here first and she came after. But we working together to proliferate the universe, to make it ongoing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's deep. You know, the culture. In fact, a child in Ghana, they speak Chi, and they speak different languages. One of the major languages is Chi. You know, if they say aye, aye pa, you know what I mean? You know, like I'm all right. How are you doing? I'm all right. You know, so they when the children ask in Chi, because they see the flag, right? They said, "Oh, what's that?" So I took the long way around the block to get there, right? You know, so I said, okay. So in what do you call that? In the there a street with a traffic light, traffic sign, traffic, you know. So I said, anybody, what's that? You know, so anybody know what that is? So someone said lights, then someone said, oh, traffic light. I said, yeah. I said, you know who invented that? I said, what? I said, a person who more than like 9 3/4 out of 10, his family was taken from here. His name was Gary G. Morgan, right? He created that. In America it was created. And then it just, because of the importance of the street light, it traveled. But these were people who were taken from here. And so what I'm showing was how we were taken from here, but how the knowledge of who we were taken, and then we had to regain the knowledge. So the flag represents a regaining of the knowledge and the importance of who we are, the knowing of who we are, and our connection to everybody. You know what I mean? Black man, I'm laughing because when I said this, a brother was walking, he was Muslim. So, you know, we bilingual, so he hears me when I said, you know, law came, you know, as a black man. What? What do you mean? A law in the sky? No law here. I said, no. I said, okay. I know you're going to hit me with the Arabic stuff, law, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I just, you know, I get it. Me and him had another conversation, too interesting. You know what I mean?
See, that's like navigating, language and culture. That's
right. So he listened. So again, I had to look peripheral vision. Okay, so let me, like the God using, let me tread lightly. Not like a change, but I'm changing the truth. But you have to respect the people. The child, almost older than Asu, right, asked me that question. So I got to a lot of 5%, you know, but how knowledge over here in America had to come to us, whatever. And so they kind of understood it. Then Muslim brother, I had to tell him, you know, Allah, I said, yeah, no question, Allah, Islam, those are terminologies and names that we use, but they were fashioned to accommodate people in America. We're not talking about 7th century Islam, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We're not talking about none of those Islamic, you know, we're talking about how knowledge was given to the black man, the ghettos, the poor part, because he was taken from here, you know, and made a slave and a nigger, right? Yeah, and then, you know, like, no disrespect, bro. I said, peace to you, peace to Islam, but that didn't come over here and help us. But we needed help. That wasn't over here in 1914, 1934, 1950, in the 60s. You came kind of later. You came, but you didn't. You wasn't the people who were here. Nobutu Ali, and he fashioned the truth differently. You know what I mean? And all these other people, Marcus Garvey, this one and that one. You know, and yes, Arabic late language, but the truth was manifested to us through that language. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Master Fard Muhammad and all them, you know, they came and taught us that, you know what I mean? So, peace to them. Like I was telling the Yemen brothers too, that same science, but respectfully, you know what I mean? You know, always, you know, people interested, you know, still are. Oh, what do you mean by that? We are. That's interesting. You know what I mean? You know, oh, the sun is, okay, that's new. Okay, so the son is the woman. How do you explain that to me? Okay, bet. You know what I mean? You know, they see the interest. Okay, you know, then of course, because although you're not, you look different than them. So they like, okay, so how was that how does that apply to you? Or what do you, then you, okay, well, you ready? Yeah, okay, bet.
You must do your own research, as I did.
If Mecca did this.